So, the plan is to get out here today and plant the vegetable garden. We are expecting rain all day today. So, a lot of things look gorgeous right now. I figured I'd take the long way around to the vegetable garden and do a little tour. And right now we are looking at Immortality, Reblooming Iris, and the Josephine Clematis in the back, looking gorgeous as ever. It's loaded. I have some spearmint heuchera down there with some blooms on it. That's looking great as well. The pieweed is starting to get some height to it. And the crinkled white peony has yet to open up, but that's loaded with buds as well. I have two different kinds of purple iris in this area, and I believe this one is City Lights, and a darker purple one that is, well, it did bloom, but I don't have one to show you guys. It was a darker purple than this one called Superstition. But this is City Lights and it looks gorgeous as well. The Weigela in the back. And I have another clematis over here as well. That's starting to intermingle with the Josephine. The dark purple one is called Vagabond. Let's check out these buds. Some phlox, which has yet to open. Variegated sedum. The limelights look good. I did have to cut out a lot of this one because the middle did die. And some fern leaf hostas. Not hostas, bleeding hearts. Balloon flower in the back. And this is the shaded bit on this side. I might have to relocate all the shade-loving plants in this area to a different area because I did cut a tree down and it seems like it's not getting enough shade now, which is fine. I can turn this into a sun-loving bed, but I do have some Jacob's Ladder. That's a Diamond Lake hosta. Bernera. This is my favorite hosta in the bed. I love the variegation on this hosta right here. Check this out. And this bed, the hibiscus is starting to come up. I have 3 in this area that wasn't getting enough sun because of the tree that I cut down. And this is evening rose. And one right there that's poking through. Some corbels, lungwort, autumn frost hostas. little clematis on the arbor is starting to look good. I do have a purple one on this side. I got these on clearance, $3 a piece, so I bought quite a few of them. Stand By Me, clematis. Have a rose back here that's starting to open. This might be First Love, but I'm not 100% sure. And the woodula in the back looks great. Oak leaf hydrangea, Gatsby Moon. Pink Profusion Salvia. The Baptisia looks great as well. And the Smoke Bush, Oriole Purple. Some more Iris City Lights right here, and Dangerous Mood. This woodula right here is Shining Sensation. And the irises over here that are supposed to be pink, but are not pink. These yellow ones are gorgeous though. So 2 different kinds of yellow ones came up in this area. But I did get a pink one. I have a few more pink ones, but all this area was supposed to be pink. But honestly, I do love this one right here. And the Shade Garden. Back to the Moon, Astilbe, Silver Gumdrop Coral Bells, the tricolor birch tree starting to leaf out, 3 large hostas around the stump are Diamond Lake, coral bells are catching fire. I'm not sure how that hosta got there, but I do need to remove that. The 3 behind it are Liberty, and the large one in the back is Empress Wu. Not sure the name of this large blue one. The dark color coral bells are Obsidian. And I have yet to mulch this bed. Peony yet to bloom. Some alliums. My favorite iris in the garden. The largest one. And the camera does not do this justice. It's a really dark purple. And when it first starts to open, the buds kind of look black. This looks like it's starting to burn. I don't know why. It's supposed to be sun. Might have to relocate that later. And our little stairway area looking lovely as ever. Saporal heuchera, some Liberty hostas, and we have officially made it to the vegetable garden. So I will be planting a few things, hopefully before the rain starts, and adding some compost to the beds. So let's go ahead and get started. The compost has been raked in all of the beds. I did have some stuff that self-seeded itself from last year. I believe those are some kind of melons, so I'll just keep those. I did pull the tomatoes that were over here because I do have quite a few tomatoes to add. I'm having the most issue with this bed right here. I don't know, everything's just so dry over here, and not to mention the bed's falling apart. But I am going to redo the whole vegetable garden, probably late fall, maybe late winter, to redo all the beds and stuff, so I'm not really concerned about that. And I left that butterfly bush that's self-seeded, and I think that's either a cucumber or some kind of melon that self-seeded itself as well, so I left that. And I do have quite a few seeds I'm going to put in the ground. And first thing I'm going to put is my asparagus beans. They're a climber, and I'm going to plant them on these two trellises. I'm going to add a little bit of fertilizer, and I'm just going to plant one pack on each trellis. And I'm not going to worry about watering anything because we're supposed to have rain all day today, and it is drizzling a bit. So hopefully these get nice and watered in by the rain. So this one I'm planting Mr. Stripey right here. Fertilizer. A bit more. Take off these lower leaves. This one is Big Beef. Take off the lower leaves. A bit more fertilizer. And this one right here, Lemon Boy. So I went ahead and I stuck this trellis in the ground because I have 2 extra tomato plants that I'm going to go ahead and plant. The plan was only to get 6. I went ahead and already tucked 3 over there as well. But I have 2 extra, so I'm going to plant it up this trellis and see how that does for me. I do have some tomato cages that I also need to get around these tomato plants as well. But this one is going to go right here. I'm not exactly sure what self-seeded over here, but I have some pole beans, Kentucky Wonder, that I want to plant on this trellis. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those up, plant them on a hill over here, and go ahead and get some of my beans on this trellis in this area. And I have large packs, so I'm going to plant some on the trellis on the opposite side of the bed as well. And then that would be all of the pole beans. Garden Tone fertilizer. And just gonna sprinkle some beans in this area. And I'm gonna put the rest of the pack right over here. Nice helping of fertilizer. And the rest of the beans. The lower level of the vegetable garden has been planted. And this square here, I got some corn. I have a banana pepper right there. And there are some self-seeded things in this bed. I went ahead, made a couple of mounds, and tucked them in along there. I planted 2 peppers here and 2 Mr. Stripey's tomato plants on this trellis right here. I have 3 tomatoes in this bed and another 3 in this one. I didn't plant on the edge of this bed just yet because it does need to be repaired, but I might tuck in some cucumbers or some eggplant, I'm not sure yet, and zucchini. I have a mound for some cucumbers right there, and Kentucky Wonder pole beans on the trellises. I have 3 mounds in this bed right here with some summer squash, and this isn't something else that also self-seeded over here. I'm not sure what that is, but I just tucked that in the middle, and I'm going to grow some cucumbers up this trellis right here. So now that the lower level has been planted, we are going to go ahead and do the top level, which consists of 3 raised beds. I have some sweet potatoes that I'm going to tuck in, and 4 different kinds of beans and 2 pepper plants. I'm not exactly sure what I'll be tucking over here, but let's go ahead and get this stuff in the ground. The vegetables are in. I went ahead and planted my sweet potatoes in this bed. I have 4 different kinds of green beans in this one. And I went ahead and tucked in 2 peppers on the last bed right here. So the whole vegetable garden has been planted. And I might add a few more plants in. I'm still waiting on the rain. It said it was supposed to rain all day, but it's just been drizzling. Just barely though. So hopefully it starts to rain soon, or I'm going to have to water everything in. But thank you guys for joining me on this video. I hope again to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.